Hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast today. I want to talk to you about how to help your kids make a decision. One of my kids right now is feeling a little bit unsure of what sport he wants to do coming up in the fall. And it's crazy because sports nowadays are extremely solitary. You can do a few if they are different seasons, but most coaches want you to commit to at least a full year with them. And so he's trying to decide between soccer and football. And we sat down today to talk about the options. And as I was having the conversation with him, I thought, this is something that my listeners could really, really learn and grow from. I think so often as parents, we have an idea of what we want our kids to do. And it's so easy. I even do it as well, but it's so easy to push our own ideas onto our kiddos. And I just want to give you a few tips today to help you not do that. So first things first, I sat my son down and I said, okay, what are you thinking? Do you want to play soccer or football? And of course he said, I have no idea, Mom. And I said, well, how do you want to decide? And he looked at me and got a big old smile and said, let's play rock, paper, scissors. And I love that. I love that kids, even when they have a decision that is going to impact a lot of their time and a lot of their talents going forward, that they are able to have a positive attitude. So first and foremost, remember that. Remember that your kid, they mostly want to have fun. They want to go and learn. They want to have teammates that are uplifting to them, that are exciting to be around, and they want to grow their skills. It's not a life or death situation. So that's my first tip for you, is take a step back and realize that no matter what they decide, it is going to be a learning and growing opportunity for them. Next, I love to ask, and this is going to be a big shocker, but how do you feel when you play soccer, or how do you feel when you play football? This is such a good question. And your kid may come forward with, well, I feel good, or I feel happy. And I want you to dig in a little bit. I want them to really figure out, do they feel dedication? Do they feel excitement? Do they feel defeated? There's going to be thoughts that they are having that make them feel different ways. So they might be thinking, I played so good in my last game, and that will absolutely make your child feel happy. Or they might be thinking, I am not sure what's going to happen when I switch teams, and that will make them feel nervous. Help your kids see the difference between those thoughts and those feelings, that the thoughts that they are having is what is creating those feelings, okay? So we can do that for both of the decisions. How do you feel when you play soccer? Great. All right. Good to know. How do you feel when you play football? Great. Okay. Good to know. One of the things that my son said when we were talking about both sports is that he feels discouraged when he realizes that he's slower than his defenders. And that is so normal. And I think that is such a beautiful opportunity to help our kids be resilient. So what are you going to do when you are slower than that person that's defending you? What choice are you going to make? Are you going to give up? Are you going to quit? Or are you going to push harder and do your best to increase your skills to match the person that you are playing? I love giving kids any opportunity to increase their resilience, and talking about how they feel when they're on the field is a huge, huge way to do so. I don't like to do it right after a game. If you do it right after a game, there's a lot of emotions. If you can wait a day or 2 days or 3 days, then both of you have the opportunity to look back from a zoomed out perspective to figure out where those emotions were actually coming from. Now, after I talked to my son about how he felt when he played soccer and how he felt when he played football, he said to me, I just want to play both. but I know that I can't. What do we do when both options are good? Because that really is the case in a lot of decisions. Both options can be good. Now what? Now what do we do? Well, first I would tell you to pause. You don't have to make the decision today. And if you do have to make it today, I bet you can wait an hour or 2 hours until you make the decision. But I want you to pause. I love to make a goal with my child. Okay, I understand that you want to play both and you have positive and negatives to both of these decisions. When do you think you could decide by? Kids are so great at making deadlines. So we said, okay, we're going to revisit this 1 week from now. Until then, what are we going to do? We're going to slow down. We're going to pray about it. Prayer is a big thing in our house, so we're going to spend some time praying about it. And we are going to drop into our heart. You guys, there is a space in your heart that you can slow everything down, and you can slow down your breath so that your brain slows down. And I believe that that place in your heart holds the answer. I know that that place in your heart holds the answer that you are seeking. So I need you to slow down. If you need to put your hand on your chest, your kid might look at you like you're a little bit crazy, but teach them that slowing down and dropping into their body is one place that they can find the answer, especially when our brains are going crazy, especially when our pros and cons look similar. Slow down, take a breath. Drop into your body and simply sit, simply listen. There is a space there where you will feel just a tiny bit more complete. In this case, my son said that he was, in fact, leaning towards soccer. He was able to slow down, drop into his heart and out of his head, and make a decision on what he would like to do. I know that you can help your kids make decisions. I know that if you use these tips, those decisions will come more simply and easier to both of you. Thank you for being here with me today. If you want to have a one-on-one consultation with me, I would love to meet with you. Go to my website, winterhellercoaching.com, and simply schedule. Can't wait to talk to you, friend.